when we're playing well. He's not going to play the fourth quarter if we're up by 3 scores.
Well, I'm just saying these are the things that we know as Ravens fans that they're not going to know just looking at the stats between those quarterbacks almost have 5,000 yards. For some reason, I mean, I would give it to him. In the biggest moments, we do lose. We can say that it's not Lamar's fault, but that's a true statement. A lot of it is just his players letting him down.
So then, would you say that Lamar Jackson rarely makes fatal mistakes?
I feel like when the game's on the line with Mahomes, he has Kelsey, who always comes through. Always.
But I'm asking you simply, do you feel like Lamar Jackson, that's it, Lamar 8, do you feel like as a quarterback with the ball in his hand every single snap, do you feel like in games he makes the fatal error to why we lose?
I would say that Lamar plays his worst football in the playoffs. In the first half.
My nigga, why can't you answer the question? I'm asking you, do you feel like Lamar Jackson makes fatal errors? Is he the reason why we lose? You talking about the playoffs. That's not the only games he plays. So can we talk about him in totality and not just the playoffs? You sound like the
No, I'm trying to sound like I'm trying to sound like someone that's not sipping the Kool-Aid and looking at it from a perspective that in the biggest moments of Lamar's career, we lose. And he does have interceptions. He does have fumbles. He fumbles every playoff game.
Bro, so the only games for Lamar Jackson that matter are the playoffs. So Joe Burrow cannot go to the playoffs for 3 years and not get any credit to that. That doesn't matter. Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, now we're going to say that's the only games that matter. He plays against the Steelers. He plays against good teams in the regular season. These games are big games. Why are the only games for Lamar Jackson only the playoff games? And then if that's the case, then I just watched the worst playoff game by a top tier quarterback in Josh Allen, and that doesn't count for nothing. So that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to grade him based around how I'm not trying to sip the Kool-Aid. I'm trying to grade him based around how the world is grading everybody else. And you're telling me that no, we're going to grade him separately and only concern ourselves with his playoff performance. And that's how I can deteriorate his legacy. That's how I can tear down his name, because I'm going to talk about just his playoff performances, not his regular season performances. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but anybody on that level is going to be rated like that.
But I'm telling you, they're not. The worst playoff game I've seen was Josh Allen. Just happened. And I don't hear nobody cares. Said, oh, we believe that he's good already, so it doesn't matter. Why isn't Lamar granted? I believe Lamar Jackson's good already. Do you believe that?
I'm saying that.
I guess not.
No, I'm saying in the regular season, Lamar's unstoppable. And in the playoffs, he doesn't play his best football. And I mean, I'm at the games where it's not like, I mean, that's just it's just a true statement. I mean, every playoff game he's thrown interceptions and he's fumbled. You can't act like that doesn't happen.
Players do that though. That's a part of the game. I mean, playing a perfect game and not having any fumbles or any interceptions is so like ridiculous of a standard to try to hold.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson throws like barely any interceptions through the regular season. He's at a higher standard. I think he has the best ratio since he came in the league of interceptions to touchdowns.
We watched Lamar Jackson against the Buffalo Bills walk the team down the field over and over again in Buffalo in the snow and have a tight end drop the ball at the goal line. We watched Lamar Jackson bring the Ravens back into the game. Even though the offense wouldn't run the ball, the game was still in the balance, and we watched Zay Flowers fumble the ball at the goal line. These are not Lamar Jackson errors. These are not the critical things that why a game goes left or right or wins and losses.
Right, but on that, but if you think about it, if LeBron doesn't win a championship, they're not going to say, "Well, this guy missed a shot or that missed a shot." Michael Jordan, it comes to the point.
Is Lamar Jackson the best in the league? Or
you got to hear me out. You got to hear me out, right?
Because you're trying to compare him to the best in the league. That's not fair. Off the rip, you're not being reasonable.
What I'm trying to say is that you cannot blame your role players Nobody on that level can do that.
He's
You're
a
never
top
going to
five
hear.
tight end. He's a top 5 tight end. He's a top 5 paid wide receiver now. Like these are his teammates. You can't win by yourself. You need your teammates. Don't talk about role player. I'm talking about the other players, the other starters. Critical pieces to why you win and lose. Lamar's not the only piece. If you're saying who carries a team and who doesn't make critical errors, I would say Lamar Jackson didn't lose a lot of the critic at the end of the game. I didn't see Lamar Jackson losing the game for us.
It's another level with Mahomes. I've seen Mahomes where the only thing they had was him quarterback sneaking, and that's what he did. I've seen him do whatever.
Okay, that's fine. Is it Josh Allen? Is it Burrow? They're getting credited to be as good as the guy you're bringing up. You can bring up Patrick Mahomes. That's one nigga. They got multiple Super Bowls and multiple MVPs. That's the only
Right.
guy that's as good as Lamar. But for some reason, Lamar Jackson, we've now elevated Matt Stafford. I didn't even know Matt Stafford was. I thought we was thinking he wasn't even that good no more when he was in Detroit. They brought him over here. I thought the Matt Stafford for Jared Goff trade was a 1-for-1. They did that 1-for-1, even swap. That's how regular they said Matt Stafford was. And now because he got Puka and Devontae Adams, and he's having a good year, he had Cooper Kupp the year before Cooper got tired. And now all of a sudden we're like Matt Stafford is a bar none. He can't even move back there, but bar none, he carries. I don't know, bro. I just don't know. That's my only thing. I think we can pick apart anybody's game except for Patrick Mahomes. I think that's the only player that can't get. You really
Right.
can't get too critical.
And I think you be adding years where these ratings are based off of like last year.
No way.
Because last year
Joe Burrow.
Matthew Stafford
Joe Burrow only threw 1,000 yards. He only threw. It couldn't be last year. He was hurt.